Hey everybody, it's Patrick from Building with Dada and Riley. I am back, so is Monday Vlog. Sorry I took last week off, however we didn't leave the hospital last week until 5 o'clock on Monday. This was on getting about an hour's of sleep on Sunday night. The hospital cot that I was sleeping on was kind of like this, plus I was sharing with Riley. Plus the nurses coming in every 2 hours, plus just having the new baby and Mama, I wanted to be really attentive to them. So every time they shifted or moved, I would kind of wake up and, or not really wake up, just open my eyes. Really wasn't sleeping, making sure they didn't need anything. But I was telling Zany Bricks, maybe I'll come out with like a Monday vlog on a Wednesday. However, I was still pretty tired at that point and my heart just wasn't in it, and I just didn't want to throw up, a video half awake, not really into it, not really too much to report at the time. So I decided just to wait a week and take that week off, it was a nice week off. Speaking of Zany Bricks, he was nice enough to send us over a package. You get a Zany Brick package when it's got the Z on it. Words can't express how much we appreciate that gift. That was very nice of Zany to do. Thank you so much for sending that stuff over. Riley really loved it. We're going to do a haul. There is one blooper part in there that I'll put at the end. But it was, a lot of fun and just a really nice gesture. Zany's been basically a friend of the channel since he has come aboard on YouTube. He first started on Instagram. I wasn't on Instagram, that's why I really didn't know who he was. But speaking of that, speaking about being a friend of the channel, I have a question for Zany. Does he plan to go to Philly Brick Philly Brick Fest in 2016? It would just be, one, I just want to know, and it'd be nice if he does go to be able to hang out and actually meet him in person. Back to the new baby. Everything is, she's healthy, she's beautiful, it's great. She's actually the one who has adjusted the best. We're all still a little bit off, but Mama and baby are doing great. We're totally blessed to have a healthy child. She does have 10 fingers and 10 toes, as opposed to what I hashtagged on Instagram. Like I said, I was really out of it. That didn't get much sleep, but I put an Instagram post saying 5 finger, 5 toes. Mama busted my chops about that the next day, saying, she's got 10. One of those, brain farts or whatever. So anyway, as opposed to what you think from the Instagram post, she does have 10 fingers and 10 toes. So with this break, I was able to do some reflecting on my channel and how I think it's going. What videos should I continue making? Which videos should I not continue making? I'm really satisfied with everything. Obviously, the tutorials are very popular. I'm doing pretty good with my vlogs. The hauls are, doing pretty good. The hauls are something you want to show off the new Lego you're receiving, as well as keeping in touch with your subscribers, because, I can't make mock videos, twice a week or whatever. Unfortunately, I just don't have the resources to do so. So, I like the hauls because they keep you in touch. As long as the vlogs, there's just some things you can't really say in a haul that you can say in a vlog. However, the only thing I might change about my hauls is maybe try to double them up, which is hard with Riley because as soon as she sees Lego in the mail, she wants to open it. She wants to do a video. The good news is I do, have her, I wouldn't say train, but she's used to the fact that, we do have to shoot a video before we get to open and play with these parts. So she's definitely cool with all of that. The only thing is, like I said, I might want to save it up just to make the haul videos just a little bit more Lego in the haul videos. And what I want to do with Monday vlogs is shorten them up a bit. This one might be longer, and that's fine because I'm catching up, but I definitely want to shorten them up a little bit. I want to stop talking about how, the secretive of my mocks. I maybe just won't talk about my mocks because I still kind of want to keep them secret. It's nice to give a teaser out there, but I just don't want to keep, mock's still not done yet. The mock's still not done yet. So maybe I won't even talk about them as much unless I do have something to show. Actually, I was going to show one thing for those who like to watch the Monday vlogs. This is in Rainbow Brick. This is going to be all red. This is a dark red right now. But what this is a the company is the International. It's a foliage blower, or foliage blower. It's basically a piece of equipment that, of course, you would find on a farm. So not very impressive, a small mock, but basically if you have like corn or some silage that you want to put in a silo, you'd basically put it in this compartment here. It gets moved by this fan and then blown up here up into your silo. So there's a little sneak peek or a little showing of what I have going on. And that's just any other improvements that I could make. I definitely, I don't know if this is a problem or not a problem. It's just something that I reflected on and thought about, is I definitely want to stop complaining about not having enough brick. I don't know if this annoys anybody. It's just one of those things. Lego is very expensive, and everybody has this problem. It's not only me, and everybody thinks, man, my channel would be so much better if I just had more brick. That goes with everybody. So it's just something, you know, I want to stop talking about, stop bringing up. It is what it is. I'm very blessed to keep getting in more and more Lego. So basically, that's one little improvement that I'm going to try to make, and it's more for me than maybe, I haven't got really any complaints on it or anything like that, but just something that I thought about. And I guess No More Bricks brings attention to this. He always says, he hashtags his photos on Instagram, hashtag AFOL problems. And this is definitely an AFOL problem, but it's one I share with the whole community. Speaking of AFOLs, AFOL Man was really kind enough to share a secret with me. It's a little tidbit. It's a question I asked him quite a while ago. And he had basically said, send me a private message, we'll talk. I sent him a private message, and it was like a month and a half. Turns out that he, you know, being so popular and having so many subs, I'm sure he gets a ton of private messages. He didn't get it right away due to this fact. But he did see it, and he did message me back. So I just want to say a special thanks for not forgetting about me and sharing that advice with me. Speaking of other AFOLs and shout-outs, I definitely want to give a shout-out to Big B from Big B's Bricks. He helped me out with a build. There was a picture I've been looking at for quite a while. I was looking at it wrong, this is why I couldn't figure it out, but I figured, you know, maybe someone in the community could help me out, so I took a picture of it, posted it on Instagram. I was like, how did this guy build this? I was looking at it wrong. The piece that I was looking at, I thought it was a 2x2. Turns out it was a 1x2. Once my perspective changed on that, I figured it out. As well as Big B, he totally figured out the whole build and built it on Instagram. It's basically of a coffee table, and it's a really, 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 really nice coffee table. Really modern looking. Just a great build. So special shout out to Big B from Big B's Bricks for helping me with that. I really appreciate that. One other really awesome thing that happened to our I guess channel overall, or just me and or Riley and I, our monorail started working out of nowhere, and it's not exactly out of nowhere. She moved it. It was kind of sitting in the back of the table. She moved it to the front. She started loading it with minifigs, and all of a sudden she was down on the floor looking for something in a bin. I was, you know, over here. No one was by it, and it just turned on. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. How did this thing just turn on? And so we started playing with it, and then we couldn't get it to work again. And then like the next day it came down, and obviously this thing's on a battery. So the battery, if it was on all night, it would have worn out, or at least wore down a little bit. So it must have, right before I came down here, this thing turned on. So I was about to send it to Zany Bricks to put it in New Hell, since it was acting very possessed. You know, here's the monorail. You can see the engine is working great. You can hear that turningness of it. And what had happened, I believe this wire is just shorted out. And it's filled with minifigs. But the good news is the motor for the monorail is about $25, and that's of course used, so you don't know 100% what you're going to get. The good news is that wire is about $3. So to get the monorail perfectly functioning, it's going to cost me, and I'll probably buy 2 of those wires, so it cost me $6 as opposed to $25 for the motor itself. So we're really excited about that. The good news is that's going back in our city. It was in our city and then it broke, so then we took it out of the city. We're just trying to figure out where are we going to fit it, what kind of train, or not a train station, monorail station we're going to build for it. I would actually like to customize it. However, like this engine piece right here where it says airport shuttle, that is all one piece. So I don't know if it's going to support going like 6 wide on it. Right now it's 4 wide. So I have a lot of playing around to do with that. Maybe I can cover up those sides. I would love to make it like a light bluish gray to look kind of like a more realistic monorail. I'd like to raise it up. There's lots of ideas I have. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to pull them off. But that's something to at least look forward to, not only for us. Riley loves to play with the monorail, putting people, sending it from one side to the table to the other. So it's going to be great for her, great for our viewers. Just really excited about it. Oh, and last but not least, speaking of things that are coming in the mail, who is excited about the new LEGO catalog? The Star Wars sets look the best. It's quite an accomplishment for Beatrice Bricks to be on the front of the LEGO catalog. Not really, that's not her official sig figs, that is her torso, but I know she does have a different face. She might also have different hair, I'm not 100% positive on that, but I know she does sport the blue legs. So, I don't know, as soon as I saw the catalog, I thought of Beatrice Bricks. But anyway, I did get these clear sticker paper. This one's clear. I got the regular white as well, so I can produce my own stickers. Curious just to see how they're going to turn out, the quality. I'm more looking for the look of them, you know, if they're not the stickiest or, you know, not 100% perfect, that doesn't concern me. It's just how it looks on my MOCs. So I'm interested to try that out, see how that works out. Hopefully it works out well. But that's, of course, going towards the MOCs. Everybody, I'm sure, is excited about when I'll be releasing the next MOCs. Unfortunately, I've had some troubles of ordering Bricklink orders, and usually what I do, which is a bad habit, maybe I should just buy and just tell people I'm adding on. But I just tend to leave my orders open, usually for about a 24-hour period, and that way it works best for me in case I do have to add on. And I guess the reason I don't buy it is because if I can't get a good enough order, maybe I don't want to order from that store and I can always just cancel it out. Whereas if I, you know, place it, then I'm stuck with that order. But I had problems with crucial pieces that I needed. Like I first started ordering these pieces and then I would go away, you know, come back and add some pieces and then go to check out and those pieces would be ordered by somebody else. And it's just like every time, I just can't get these couple light bluish gray pieces that I need for the MOC. So, you know, that's slowing me up. However, I am somewhat confident that I might release one this week. By the weekend, I don't know. I'm going to try to order from somebody that ships fast or at least advertises to ship fast. That unfortunately, you know, I know some people that do ship fast and I'm very satisfied with, but they don't have the parts that I need. So, you know, I might even have to try a new Bricklink store, but hopefully, like I said, I can just get these in so I can get the parts onto the MOCs and get these MOCs released. Everything is so close to being done. I do keep on adding details and changes, unfortunately, but that's what really sells my MOCs and really makes them what I think are good MOCs, is all the details I put in. So my slower build style, you know, I like it. I don't think I'm going to change it. I could speed it up a little bit, but there's always some obstacles. So, you know, my whole thing is to make sure I put out quality over quantity, especially when it comes to the MOCs. That's what we are trying to do here on YouTube, is to build and share our MOCs, as well as, you know, these other videos that help us maintain with the community. So once again, speaking of the community, sorry if I haven't been as active as far as watching and commenting. Like I said, we're all going through a transition right now, and of course those things will change in the future as we get more and more on a schedule and everything. But so Good news is for for our LEGO channel, I'm really excited about releasing some of these mocks. Hopefully before the next time I sit here, I will have at least one online, one video posted. But that's all I have for this week. I hope you join me next week. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you like the vlog, and I will see you next week. And oh my gosh, I almost forgot, I don't know how, I didn't write it down in my notes, that's why I forgot about it. But anyway, thanks to our 1,000 subscribers, I just can't believe it. What a milestone that me and Riley and I have crossed. This has been our goal since day one, is, get up to, well, probably 500 was our first goal when we were about at like 50 subscribers. But now we're at 1,000. It's so awesome. Of course, we want to push the limits and see how many subs we can get. We want to get to, the next goal would be probably like 2,000, maybe 2,500, somewhere around there. And then the next goal after that would be 5,000. And, well, let's just get to 2,500 first. But, we want to keep pushing. We like all the comments we receive. We love all the thumbs up and all the just the support. And we want to really continue to put out really good mocks to encourage other people to subscribe and check out what we're doing over here. So just thanks to all the subscribers, anybody that's ever showed me one bit of support, whether it's clicking the like button, clicking the subscribe button, leaving a comment. Thanks a bunch.